Shalom, shalom, shalom. I'd like to start off by giving all honor, praises, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Achak Kwadash. Double honors to my teachers, the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone, teaching and ruling well. Peace, salutations, and blessings unto the hopeful elect of the house of Israel. Alright. Lord willing, this will be an edifying lesson. Shabbat Shalom. Alright. So let's get into it. It says here, let me see. It says here in Matthew 6:31, therefore take no thought, saying, what shall we eat, or what shall we drink, or wherewithal shall we be clothed? For all these things, for after all these things do the Gentiles seek. For your heavenly Father knoweth that ye have need of all these things. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, knows exactly that we need these things, especially in this modern time. How we need principal things. Let me see. Principal things. Here we go. It says here in Sirach 39, and I'll start at 25. For the good are good things created from the beginning, so evil things for the sinners. Okay? And it reads, the principal things for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, and salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grapes, and oil and clothing. All these things are good for the godly. So to the sinner they are turned into evil. Okay? So the Lord knows that when it says principal things, it's things that are needful, necessary for survival. You need to be fed, you need to be clothed, okay? You need to have a shelter, okay? You see, those are the principal things for that are necessary for human for life, okay? And on the spiritual side, the word, okay? You need to be fed with the word, okay? You see, with this knowledge, okay, so that you can spiritually live, okay? You see? Yeah. So you see, those are the things that are needful. Those are the things that the Lord knows that we need, okay? So when in this society, when you start losing things, okay, don't think that, don't use that as an occasion to stumble from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Don't use that as an occasion to let your faith falter. No, man. You see? Because again, the Lord knows what you need. So the things that the Lord takes away from you might not be conducive for your growth. Okay? Might not be. You might have spiritually outgrown those things. Okay? You see? You might have had a woman when you came into the truth. The woman might have left. You might have had a car. Now you're taking the train. You might have had a lucrative affliction, a lucrative slavery, a job that paid well. Okay, but coming to the truth, it came in the way of you being able to congregate with the brothers, go to camp, do the work, do the ministry. So the Lord took that away from you. But not to say that He wouldn't replace those things. Okay, because again, if you need anything, the Lord will give it to you. He knows what you need. He knows us better than we know ourselves. Okay? The Lord knows us better than we know ourselves. Okay? So again, when he makes us go through things, when He takes away things from us, okay, It's not for our destruction. It's not because he hates us. It's for, first of all, our chastening. Okay? You see? And for his own purpose. The Lord's will, the Lord's thoughts are higher than our thoughts. You might have loved your woman. Okay? You might have loved your woman. But the Lord took her away. He put a spirit on her to want to leave you. Okay? Or at the same time, he could have used her to take you out of the truth. You see? Because that's the thing. The Lord could have put a spirit on her to really make you follow after her wicked ways and to depart from the Lord if you were to stay with her. You see? Yeah? Yeah. I like to say, even at one point I prayed. That's why you have to pray. You have to make sure you pray for what you want. You know, make sure, you know, because the words are powerful. You know? So me, I prayed for the brother to keep, for the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, to keep me close to those that would, how can I say, that would bring me closer to Him. People that would not intervene with my walk in Yahweh Hashem Yahshai. You see? So the Lord eventually, little by little, removed those that were not pertinent to my walk, to my search of Yahweh Hashem Yahshai. Little by little, you see? And it's not something that, oh yeah, it was good, oh it was I had pleasure in these things. Some separations were rough, you know, I felt it, even to this day. Okay, but I understand it was the Lord's purpose and it was for my growth. Okay? You see? And that being said, that understanding these things, I cleave unto Yahweh Hashem Yahshai. Okay? That's what we have to do, man. In adversity, in hell, we have to hold on tighter, even close, even faster unto Yahweh Hashem Yahshai. Okay? So again, the Lord knows the things that we need, the things that we desire. Okay? But He will give us the things that are truly necessary for a walk. You might want 10 women. You might want 10 wives. Okay? So like you might want 10 wives. Okay? But it's not conducive. it's not appropriate. It's not necessary for your walk right now, man. Okay? You see, you might want $1 million, but the Lord's not going to give it to you because it's not necessary. It might get in the way. You know? So yeah. That's why there's a precept that says you ask but receive not. Let me bring that out before we move on to the next thing. Ask amiss. It says here in James 4:3. It says here. I'm gonna start at 1. It says here, James 4:1. For whence comes war and fighting among you? Come they not hence, even of your lusts that war in your members? So the carnal things. Okay, the war, strife, contention among brothers. Okay, even in your own mind, that comes because of the flesh. Okay, ye lust and have not, ye kill and desire to have and cannot obtain. Ye fight and war, yet ye have not, because ye ask not. Okay? Because again, everything is of Yahweh Hashem Yahshai. Every good thing comes from Yahweh Hashem Yahshai. You want a woman? Ask for the Lord. You want a better job? Ask for the Lord. You want your situation to change? Ask the Lord. Whatever you're going through. You want spiritual powers? Ask the Lord. Yeah? You want this kingdom to come to an end? Ask the Lord. You want judgment to fall upon someone? Ask the Lord. Whatever you do, ask the Lord. It should be a reflex. At this point, you know, it should be a reflex that whatever so needs you this, even needs and desire, because there's a difference. Okay, a need can be a desire, but a desire doesn't necessarily mean that it's a need. Okay, you see. But again, for whatever situation, for whatever circumstance, you always have to turn to the Lord, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahshai. If it is thy will, do this unto me. Do this for me. Okay? You see? Ye ask and receive not. Okay, because again, you may ask for something, but it might not be aligned with your walk, with your purpose, with the intentions that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua has for you. Okay? Yahweh Shai asked 3 times for the cup to pass away from him. But because the Lord has set his walk to go this way, that he had to face that hour of temptation, that he had to face those tribulations head on, and he cannot escape it, he had to deal with it. The Lord didn't allow or didn't cede to Yahweh Shai's supplication. Okay? Because of the intentions and the will of Yahweh Shai had to submit himself to going through that torture, to go through that moment. Okay, he had to endure it. He had to overcome. Okay, for him to get to the next stage, to obtain the glory. Okay, to go to the next level, he had to go through these afflictions. You see? All right. So again, ye ask and receive not, because ye ask amiss. Okay, that ye may consume it upon your lust. So even you may ask some things, like I mentioned, it's lawful for a man to have 10 wives, but is it expedient to do this on this side, in this captivity? Okay, it's lawful. You can do it. You know, you see, but is it conducive for the ministry, for your mental health in a sense, all right? Or is this gonna cause more hell? Okay, upon you, man. You see, you know. You ask amiss, okay? Because let's go into that word amiss. See what that says. The word amiss in the Merriam-Webster definition. It says here, in a mistaken way, wrongly. You don't ask the right way. You don't ask in the spirit. Okay, you're asking, but it's for your own flesh, to fulfill the lust of your flesh. The Lord's not gonna allow that. Okay, because that's according to your carnal mindset, and having a carnal mind is enmity against the Lord. He's not gonna listen to your supplication, because you see, he's not gonna allow you astray imperfectly in a faulty way. You're not doing the right thing. Okay, you're not asking for the right things, man. Okay, matter of fact, you're asking for more wives. Well, you should ask to be more acquainted with Sophia. You know, to be more in tune with Sophia, to be able to keep the law, statutes, and commandments more appropriately, to serve the Lord better. Those are the things that you're supposed to ask for. Okay, to be able to be a better servant. All right, those are the things that you should seek. Solomon. Okay, when he had the opportunity to ask anything, he could have asked for the head of his enemies. He could have asked for riches. He could have asked for more women, but he asked for wisdom. And with wisdom, all these other things came also. Okay, so going back to Matthew's 9. So again, the things asking, if you ask something, make sure that it's according to the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, according to your lot. You really have to meditate. That's why it says to meditate before you present yourself unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Think before you pray. Okay? You really have to even write things down, man. What you need, your worries or things of that nature before you come to the Lord, man. Okay? So you don't come before the king as a fool, man. Know what you want and mean what you say, man. Okay? You see? Be certain of what you're asking for. And have faith when you throw it out there. When you pray for it, have faith that the Lord will accomplish what you need if it's of the Spirit. If you're in the right mindset, you shouldn't doubt. Okay? So going back to Matthew 6. I believe it was, let me see. Here we go. Matthew 6 and 30, I'll read 31 again. Therefore take no thought, saying, what shall we eat? Or what shall we drink? Or wherewithal shall we be clothed? For after all these things do the Gentiles seek. Okay, because again, they don't have Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. They don't know the Lord. Okay? And that being said, who will they turn to? They'll turn to their idols. They'll turn to vanity. Okay? To answer their needs, to answer the call. For their reciprocation, they turn to idols. Okay? While we are to turn to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, the true and living power. Okay? So the Gentiles, they seek after vain things. Okay? For your heavenly Father knoweth that ye have need of all these things. So he knows, you need to eat, you need to be clothed, okay, you need to have a roof over roof over your head, okay, this and that, like certain situations, certain, and again, every man is different. My needs, my necessities might not be the next brother's necessities, and the Lord knows that. That's why he deals differently with different people. My hell is not his hell, you see. But we all have to be united in the fear of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Okay, speak the same things. Okay, perfect in doctrine. Okay, so it says here, but seek ye first the kingdom of the Most High. Okay, seek ye first the kingdom of the Most High. How do you do that? By changing your ways, by seeking the Lord, calling upon the right names, trusting in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, obeying his law, statutes, and commandments. Okay, doing the things that are pleasing unto him. Okay, that's how you seek the kingdom first. Cursing this kingdom out, exposing wickedness. Okay, praying for the downfall of this kingdom. Pray for the exaltation of Yashar Allah. Okay, you see, praying for the return of Yahweh Shai. Those are the things that are pleasing for the Lord. Seeking the kingdom first. Okay, we have a city that cometh. Okay, we're looking, we're hoping for a kingdom where dwelleth righteousness. That's what we're seeking for. That's what we're hoping for. That's what we truly need. Because at that point, it will be pleasures evermore. And when Yahushua returns for the Israelites, starting with the elect, okay, it will be pleasures evermore. Before we even ask, before we even think about what we need, we'll receive it. Okay? But you still got sellouts who wish to stay here in this filth, in this low place, man. A place without morality, a place that is as death, man. Okay, this place has to come to an end, and the Lord also knows these things. That's why he says, that's why he said, for the elect's sake, I will shorten the days. Okay, for my people, for those that believe in me, I'm gonna make things go faster. And we are in a moment where things are going faster. Prophecies are jumping out the scriptures. Why? Because the Lord knows that that's what we need. That's what we desire. Even him. It is the Lord's good pleasure. Even him. Even Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai's good pleasure. The Lord's good pleasure to give us the kingdom. But first, the place where the evil was sown has to be rooted out. It has to be eliminated. Okay? And it's going to happen in the days that we're coming into. Salvation is nearer than we believe. Okay? So hold fast to your faith. Understand that the Lord knows better than we know ourselves what we need. And when he gives it unto us, whether it be in the guise of chastisement or in the guise of blessings, we have to bless Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai and be content with the situation that he puts us in. When you come to serve the Lord, prepare yourself for temptation. Okay? When you're brought into a low estate, praise ye the Lord. Roughly paraphrasing. Alright? So let me close out with this. Actually, before I wanted to bring out the definition of need and the definition of desire. Okay. It says here in the Merriam-Webster, it says here the definition of the word need: necessary duty, obligation. Okay. It says here, no, need. Okay. Oh, this is bugging. It says here, a condition requiring supply or relief. Okay, so you need help. You need supplies. Whatever situation you need. Okay, it requires supply or relief. We need Yahushai. We need Yahushai to return on this earth, man. The whole creation mourn it. Okay, The creation, even the creature, seek it for the earnest apparition of the sons of the Most High. Okay, roughly paraphrasing. You see, it says here, the lack of the means of substance, poverty. You see, you are rich, you are poor, but I know that thou art rich. Okay, and even in this place is poor and moral. It needs a reset. Okay. So let's go into the word desire in the Merriam-Webster. It says here, to long or hope for, exhibit, or feel desire for. Okay, so us, we desire a kingdom to come. Okay, where righteousness dwells. Okay, that's our desire, like I mentioned before. Okay, our hope is not in this place. This place is polluted. It will destroy you with a sword destruction. But we're looking for, that's why it means seek the kingdom first. Separating yourself spiritually and morally from this place. Okay? Rejecting the world. As it says, be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Okay? Following after Yahweh Shai, according to the truth, according to the desires of Yahweh, according to the will and righteousness of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Okay? And so it says here, no, so like it says here, to express wish to feel the loss of, to feel conscious longing. So yeah, not impulse, but it's really a want. Okay, you want it. Okay, to feel the loss of conscious impulse. Okay, sexual urges. Let me see. Sexual urges. It says here, where is it? Appetite, something longed or hoped for, something desired. Okay, so that's and it might not be necessary. Okay, like I said, it might not be needful for your survival. Okay, you see, having the names. Let's say, put it in perspective. If you don't have the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai in the time of destruction, you're going to be destroyed, because it's a needful thing for salvation. They that call upon my name, they shall be delivered. Whosoever calleth upon my name shall be delivered. Okay? So in the time of distress, in the time of Jacob's trouble, whosoever doesn't have the name and doesn't believe in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, who are they going to call upon? Their idols? Okay? Their vain ideas? They're going to even put trust in their own selves when they realize that their idols, they don't answer. Okay, and again, they're going to be destroyed, because having the name, having this knowledge is needful for salvation, is needful for survival, especially in the times that we're going to go into. Okay, so going back to close out with this, and it reads, Sirach 39 and 33, all the works of the Lord are good. Okay, even the fact that he created the wicked. Okay, he created the wicked, that was good, to teach us, so that we as Israelites can understand, that we can understand that is better. There's nothing better than to fear Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai and to obey him. Okay, the reason why the wicked are in rulership right now is because we had to learn from their rulership, so that we, in the time of Yahweh Shai being bringing forth righteousness on the earth, we can appreciate not only righteousness, but but be righteous judges. Okay, being able to judge righteously, because we now understand both sides, good and evil, and that's what makes us, and that's what will make us perfect judges. Okay, the fact that we know both sides. And we'll be able to judge. We'll be able to always pick the good side, because the Lord will change our, let's say, in a sense, or will program us, in a sense, to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, and always make decisions that are spiritually based. according to the will of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Alright? So that being said, I'd like to give all honor, praises, and glory unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Achakwadash. Until next lesson, Lord willing, this was edifying. Keep the faith and understand that the Lord is the highest. And whatever situation that He puts upon you, whatever the circumstances, good or bad, you have to retain your trust in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Alright? Shalom, shalom, shalom.